Hello, Ponyville, and welcome back to Sleep Deprivation Podcast. My name is Rudolf, and today...
That's right, Rudolph.
we stayed up all night to make sure that we were here at the time that the Brit is awake.
I stayed up all night because I stay up all night.
Well, I do too. I'm only pretending to be a functional adult, but regardless, there's always time for Mare. And today we are among royalty, dear viewers. We have been blessed by the crown itself, the one, the only Prince. Whatever.
Who?
Whatever.
Whenever?
Why ever?
Hello, thank you for having me.
Happy to be here, and I'm happy that you are here as well.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh,
So, we are here basically talking over what will be playing in the background, the speed paint of the picture you requested from Rudy.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yes. I still have not gotten that exported. Editing is great fun, I can assure you. Yeah, anyway, so the Black Parade is a very interesting choice. I don't believe I had the opportunity to ask you, but why the Black Parade?
It's the quintessential emo song, and we did it for HarmonyCon, and we recorded it and performed it, and it was super fun. And now that it's recorded, I figure, well, I'm not just going to let it rot on my hard drive forever, so I might as well release it, and I want a cool video.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. After all, why waste the work, right?
Exactly.
So, you actually did this at the request of the con, or just for something unique for the con?
That's something unique for the con, because the way the schedule worked was there was not enough time for me, Melody, and Forever Free Brownie to all... No, I think he got his own set, Forever Free, but he's just a very different genre. But there wasn't enough time for me and Mel to get our own sets, so we did like a joint set.
Forever Free tends to get a lot of spotlight.
Yeah, and we figured, we'll do like a funny... And the theme of the con was like, scene emo time, so we figured we'd do like a cool thing, do like a little My Chemical Romance tribute band, kinda. We only had like 2 of their songs, but yeah, that's why we did it.
Yeah, absolutely. That definitely seems like it worked out for you, and it's nice to hear that you're going to be releasing it now. I'm sure that the world will be impressed.
Yeah, I hope. We'll see.
G4MOP and My Chemical Romance. That is the most quintessential early 2010s vibe.
Hell yeah.
Which brings me into my next topic. I was looking back at your very first videos, and they're cover songs, just like this most recent Black Parade one. And you even did a couple cover songs on Wooden Toasters music.
Yeah, Wooden Toaster.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about why that is? Are they the ones that got you into producing pony-specific music?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know how I found pony music at first, but yeah, it's like Tombstone, Glaze, some Mike and stuff. Fucking Storm
Odyssey
Wolf
Eurobeat in there?
Actually, no, not until the Discord remix that Tomb did. I actually hadn't heard of Eurobeat up until that came out.
Well,
this is cool.
That makes sense.
When did Discord come out? Was that the 2012?
12 or 13, one of those two. Yeah, it's not exactly new.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say 2012 for Odysseys, and then 2013 for... whatever. The point is that it's an old fandom anthem at this point, and it was extremely popular. So popular that it even made it on the several local news stations that I know about.
Yeah, it's crazy how big that thing got.
Doesn't it have like 163 million views? No, not million. It's up there like 80 million.
Not quite.
It's
sitting at 74 right now.
74 million.
That's a lot of views.
That's a lot of views.
Ooh-wee.
There's a lot of songs that have been popular over the years.
That was such a golden time. I remember when you couldn't go to any website without seeing at least one pony profile. We were
Oh,
everywhere.
you still can't really.
Oh, yeah.
It was more like 10 that you couldn't not see.
We were on our way to conquering the entire world.
It was a pretty magical
true.
period. How long have you been in Pony, by the way, Prince Whatever? I'm not entirely sure.
Since 2011.
Heck yeah.
2011.
I
Very
think around
early.
mid 2011.
Yeah. Well, what got you in?
Well, I watched Gen 1.
Ah.
I had VHSs of that when I was a kid, and I liked it. It was super fun. Tangent, but Scooter Tricks does a lot of G1 stuff, and a lot of the sound effects he uses
Scooter
are
Tricks.
and the music, they're so nostalgic to me. I was
Yeah.
like, crap, I forgot about all this stuff. Oh my goodness.
I think that his video on the death of Honeysuckle was still the magnum opus of that channel thus far.
Yeah, his stuff is fantastic. I bought a T-shirt from. I used to watch Leo and Satan, if you know that old web cartoon.
I have heard of it. I do not recall being invested in it at the time where it was
Okay.
like that.
Well, I watched that, and I went to this site called Shark Robot, which is like a site that did pop culture T-shirts.
Ah, Shark Robot. I do remember that.
Yeah, so I went on there looking for a shirt from Leo and Satan. They had them, but they also had this Bronies Before Honies shirt. It was like a Pinky and Rainbow Dash fist bumping. I was like, oh, kind of cool. And I was a very scene emo kid, and it was very that vibe. So I bought it, and I wore it to college. And this friend I mentioned, he saw it, and he was like, oh, you're a Brony. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, oh yeah, the My Little Pony. There's a new series.
Ah, yes.
I was like, there's a new series? I haven't watched this thing since Gen 1. So I looked it up, and the rest is history.
Well, that's a fantastic way to get in.
So the whole reason why you're here today is because you bought a shirt on a whim?
I bought a shirt, and the whole fandom came with it.
Yep, that is quite literally it. And it wasn't even the shirt I was looking for. Good job, me.
I remember the first major pony merch distribution was done through WeLoveFine.com, which is still around. I have the original We Love Fine pony poster. I'm looking at it right now.
I thought We Love Fine died.
Oh, did it? If so, it would have been recent. I thought that they stopped carrying the old pony stuff.
Oh, they stopped carrying Pony for a while, but
Anyway, yeah, I'm looking at the original. I still have it on my wall. The very first We Love Fine pony poster that they sent out with their original shirts.
Nice.
And it still looks really good. It's got vinyl scratch, and the rest of them just sort of at a rave, spike disco dancing.
Nice.
Northy, we already goofed up royally. We didn't even ask him the first question we were supposed to fucking ask him at the start of this.
No.
stream.
I have not forgotten. I was getting there. I think that it's probably better to start with how he got in, then ask him. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, the make or break question. This is the career defining question.
Oh boy.
Who is best pony, and why is it Twilight Sparkle?
I fucking knew it. Hey. It was Twilight Sparkle. Not anymore.
Oh, spicy.
She was Okay. I gotta go through the timeline here. Originally, it was Rainbow Dash. I feel like everyone's first favorite is Rainbow Dash because she's just bright color. I like bright color.
My first favorite was Rarity.
Oh, that's actually really weird. I've hated Rarity for the longest. Oh no. I've never hated her. One of my least favorites for the longest time. But I never hated. I don't hate any of them.
I didn't really have a strong opinion until Suited for Success came out, and then Suited for Success came out, and I was like, well, that was amazing.
Nice. First for me was Rainbow Dash, and at some point it became Fluttershy, and then it was Twilight for the longest time, and it was like her and Fluttershy kind of neck and neck for years and years. And then Starlight appeared, and I thought she was cool. And then I think everyone hates season 6. Well, at least that's what I feel from
Most people hate season 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I like season 6, and after season 6, I was like, wow, Starlight is my favorite. And after that point, she only became more and more my favorite.
No.
I think she's the best.
Oh no, Rudy.
Is Rudy the anti-Starlight?
Wait,
No,
wait,
I
wait,
am.
hold on. I got fucking distracted. What did he say about Starlight?
Favorite pony.
No.
Bro got DC'd for that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will try not to do my thing, Rudy. Don't worry.
All right. Well, that's the podcast, everybody. Thanks for coming along.
I'm not trying.
Womp womp. The end.
Fritz is a Starlight fan. Don't meet your heroes.
They always let you down, man.
I'm sorry. I'm
As
sorry. Please
as
go
can
on.
logically be deduced at this point, I'm a pretty big fan of Twilight nowadays, although there are some caveats with that. I am one of the people who has been around since the very beginning, as you are probably aware from the fact that I know a bunch of old shit at this point. But I'm also someone who completely fell off the actual show itself after season 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of the old hats, as you know.
What happened after season 3?
Wings.
Wings.
Was that why you stopped?
Yes, genuinely. I think it completely destroyed everything that the show had going for it, in my opinion. I didn't like a lot of the writing after that. I didn't like a lot of what happened, and it just kept getting worse. And
How much did you see past that?
Everything.
Okay, so you have seen it all.
Yeah, mostly. There are a
Okay.
couple of things that I missed in seasons like 9 and 8. I did keep up with everything, and mostly so I could understand what was going on.
There was so much spite in your voice when you said everything. No, best pony for me, I think. God, it's a close tie between the two, but I'm gonna have to go with Trixie. I think that
Okay.
she does not get as much love as she deserves.
So we're all unicorn lovers, just with separate main unicorns.
Yes.
Sure seems that way.
Yes. So, the truth comes out. We're racist.
Damn.
In all seriousness, though, like what you like. Obviously, it's not my cup of tea, but everyone has the right to their opinion on the thing.
That brings me to my next question is one of my favorite songs from you is from Fairy Tales and
Oh, that old thing. Yeah. I know what you mean.
yeah, you know, the derpy situation that inspired
Yes.
that song. It's the remake of that is just it brings me to tears, honestly. What was going through your mind when that whole controversy was happening?
Oh my god, I can't remember. It was so long ago. I was mad. I was super mad. Um,
Oh, man.
I don't know. Mad, sad. Felt like they were being really unfair to like this character who everyone liked for no reason. So I don't know, wrote a little sad song about it. I think I had those chords and that like instrumentation kind of just in my back pocket for a long time. But I had nothing to put to it, and I was like, whoa, this makes sense actually. So I did the dopey thing.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of songwriters tend to keep a lot of things in their back pocket until they find the right situation for that. Do you do that often?
Oh yeah, constantly. I have like whole albums worth of just instrumental tracks just sat there, and like, cause it comes down to like kind of I don't know if it's deep enough to call it philosophical, but a way that people write music. The way I see it is instruments just listening to music. It gives feelings, but lyrics are what give meaning to that. And if I can't think of a good meaning, then the feeling's nice, but I need to wait until the lyrics are there. So I just kind of let the instrument sit. And when I find a thought or an idea that fits that, then I can use it. But until then, you don't force it or anything. that usually ends up poorly.
Do you have a hard time coming up with ideas for new songs despite having that backlog?
Sometimes yes, like motivation is fleeting. It sometimes I can write 3 songs in a day, and sometimes I can't write a song for like 6 months. It's weird. It's instruments I always find way easier though. It's lyrics and getting the motivation to actually record vocals because it's a lot of work because I need to warm up a bunch and make sure. Like I have like a whole routine. I need to. What do I usually do? I need to not eat or drink for like 3-4 hours before I record. I need to make sure I've taken a crap because that takes up a lot of space in your body for where your diaphragm needs to be moving. I need to not be sick, which is rare. I get sick very easily, very often, so that sucks. And if it has to be during the day, and I'm like a night owl, I'm always up till like 5 a.m., so I have to get up early. It's a whole thing, so I have to like block days out of the week where I can record, and I have to first write everything, and I need to record like a demo, otherwise I'll forget like the melodies I was using and the cadence of the words. So I record these really crappy demos at like 3 a.m. where I'm like whispering into my mic and it's a whole thing. But it works. It works. I've got the routine down now, so it mostly works out fine.
The age-old curse of being creative in literally anything
Yeah.
ever. I the reason why there is like a 3-day gap between updates and all of a sudden the roses that Trixie was holding on her mic is just finished. It was because I was just laying in my bed like, oh, I don't want to. I don't fucking want to.
All those little roses look really, really tedious.
Going back to your point about finding instrumentation easier to work with. Actually, I think that does have a direct comparison in the field of visual art, and I think that Rudy understands that as well.
Oh,
They're much more of a detail-oriented sort of artist, and they have a hard time drawing not necessarily compositions, but posing and sort of just the minutia of it. And as a result, they end up taking a long time to get things done that other people can get done really quickly, and taking a short comparative time to do extreme amounts of detail, which is what sort of exemplifies their style. Would you say that in a similar vein, the instruments, because they come so easy to use, sort of drive where you need to put the vocals?
Yeah. Like songs are typically structured fairly similarly. You have your intro, then a verse, and then a chorus, and another verse, then a chorus and a solo, then a chorus again, and then your outro maybe. And between all those, you kind of like little bridges, like your pre-chorus, post-chorus, refrain, blah. They're all just bridges to get from one part to the next part. But like I'll write a whole song, and then I'll record the vocal, and then from there, like eventually record the vocal, and then from there I'll be like, okay, does this part? Because some parts you might have too many instruments. I'm like, okay, I'll just cut some of these out, because a lot of the time it ends up where I feel during the mix process, I feel like my vocals are struggling against the guitars, because guitars and vocals take up a lot of the same space in frequencies that are like a mid to high mid range of frequencies they take up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's parts where I want the vocals to be kind of softer, but there's still guitars playing, so the guitars just drown them out. So I had to pull the guitars out, replace them with something else, like a piano. So the recording those instruments is more like the demo phase, and then you get the vocals, and then from there you kind of, it's not mixing. What is it? It's production. When you're doing stuff that's like songwriting, but not with instruments, you're doing stuff to make the song different without recording new stuff. You're doing other things. I don't know how to explain it. You're like things that aren't music per se. Like you'll have sound effects like big reverse cymbals or extra cymbals or like dramatic stabs on strings that aren't really played. They're just like a sound, or like people use sirens a lot, and sirens are very like obvious piece of production because it's not music. It's just a noise that sounds cool. that phases a lot. And what was it? You said instrumentation leading vocals?
Yeah. Sort of the structure comes together based on how you make the instrumentation. Then you give that structure form with the vocals, then you tweak the instrumentation to fit the form that you created. That's what I'm gathering from what you're saying.
Yeah, and it goes back and forth a lot. Like, once I've taken a bunch of the instruments out, I'm like, okay, now the vocals sound different without that, so I want to do them in a different way, so I have to retrack that. And then, like, it just keeps going.
Makes
And,
sense.
I try to do it in a way, because there's this thing you do called automation where, say, like, you got, like, one guitar track, and you want one part of it to have, like, reverb. And typically you might make a second track with the same track just with reverb and just put that part there, or you can do automation where it says you have a little line that says at this point turn on the reverb. But if you do that, when you move that reverb part around, the automation stays where it is, so then you got to re-automate, and that's super
Yeah.
annoying. I try to not do that for as long as I can because I like to be able to just move things around and like experiment. So like, because this, oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm just fucking waffling. There's times I've done that a lot and it's worked out really well, and times it hasn't, and I need to go back and undo everything. And if you have to move all the automation as well, then you're there for hours doing tedious crap that just isn't useful. It's just
I
mind-numbing.
think what you're getting at is that you know that this works more efficiently on the timeline, but you like to work around that so that way you can make things more flexible as long as you can before having to lock it in.
Yeah. Once I locked it in, I can do all the automation I want. But before that point, it will bite me in the ass if I do it beforehand.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's a very helpful answer. Very nice to get some insight into your process there.
Yeah. Well, you're very welcome.
Where do you record? You don't live in an apartment, do you?
Uh, Apartment. Yeah. I would call it a flat. It's like the same thing. I live like neighbors on both sides, and I'm above a store. So yeah, it's a small little flat. But my
Oh,
neighbors are super chill. Even though I've been like screeching in my room for about 10 years in this place, and they haven't kicked me out. So that's nice.
oh, okay. Whenever I pop into your streams, I always wonder if you're in a house or if you're in an apartment, and whether or not your neighbors think that you're like insane.
They probably do.
Who knows? Maybe they know who you are.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I record often loud vocals and skits and whatever, and sometimes after I do that, I immediately hear someone's stir up upstairs, and I'm like, oh God, I'm a douchebag again.
Have they heard me? Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah, so you've been around 2011.
Yeah.
I'm honestly envious of you. I got onto this train way late. I didn't get into this stuff until December 2022.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Damn.
was I was going through a quarter life crisis, and I got really nostalgic for Hot Diggity Demons Pony.mov series.
Oh,
And
nice.
then Betrayer was one of the recommended ones, and as a huge metalhead, it was probably the perfect song to actually like get me into it, because
Gotta
I
agree.
then listened to a couple of your songs, and I remembered, oh yeah, 4chan has a pony board, and then my soul was stolen from me by Lauren Faust and her pastel demons, and
God
here I am.
Empress Faust. Yeah. Man, that's it's crazy that you joined so late, but like, yeah, it's cool that people are still joining. It's actually
Yeah.
Oh
really,
yeah.
really sweet.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty much the exact opposite. I've been here since 2010.
Damn. Yeah, yeah. Long, long time.
Weren't Northy, weren't you on the very first pony thread on Biz?
B, but
Oh, on Biz.
It was on
Sorry.
B. I figured it'd be on Co.
well, no, Co definitely had the first pony threads. Don't get me wrong, but B is where a lot of the fandoms roots actually originate from.
Okay.
For example, the slogan "Love and Tolerance" came from B,
Yeah.
and a lot of the other early things, Brony is a change up from /B Roni. Actually, we've had a long history back there, and
Yeah, it sure has been a while.
I missed the 10th anniversary thread that they allowed on B, and I really regret that. Nobody told me it was going to be a thing, and I wish I had gotten to reconnect with some of the people who showed up there, but I was busy. I just hanging out in the side tube watching a bunch of pony stuff.
I was fortunate enough to join just in time for slash MLP to have their 10-year anniversary, and I actually got 3 of their 1 ounce silver coins for the anniversary.
Hey, nice. I saw those.
I really wanted one of those.
Yeah, I didn't get one either. They were really cool though.
Oh, it was hype. It was hype because once we got all the way past like 50,000, everybody was like egging each other on to throw more money at these coins to beat the super coin. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost fucking there. Those threads were lit, man.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was the same energy as the $50,000 charity at Mayor Fair last September.
Nice.
There was I brought this up earlier to Rudy. There's a little known fact about the early pony fandom, and that is, the Humble Bundle project that still exists to this day. Well, the reason why the Humble Bundle project got off the ground, the 2 largest contributors to that were the early pony community and Notch, the creator of Minecraft, who would constantly bid against each other in a war to be the top donator. And
Nice.
the pony fandom has a long history of charitable works to the extreme degree that many nonprofit organizations, not just Humble Bundle, but a few others, if you look for them, exist primarily due to early donations put in the name of pony.
Damn, that is crazy. A lot of charity work.
The blocking the Lego neckbeards versus the pastel neckbeards to see who can help the most people.
Well, one Lego neckbeard billionaire.
Oh, Notch himself. Yeah. The funny guy.
Okay, genuine question. Aren't like neckbeards like Notch and Lord Gaben, are they like Primarch neckbeards or like Pope neckbeards? They have to have some sort of like divinity hidden in those beards of theirs.
I suppose that's a way of putting it, I guess.
How many are there? They've gotten. I didn't know Notch was like neckbeardy. I don't think I remember even a picture of him. I don't know what he looks like.
He looks like a guy, a Swedish guy.
Okay. The Primarch.
Yeah.
I like
So
that
if they're like the gods to this parent pantheon that I'm creating, then that means Bill Gates is the Antichrist. Anyway,
Oh,
you
God,
can buy
here we
my
go.
book on Amazon. One of the longest running series that you've ever done is the Destabilize series, and that goes all the way back to
Yes.
Friendship is Witchcraft.
Yep.
It does, yes.
So you've been influenced by a lot of other people's creations and abridged series and parodies and all that, even all the way back to Wooden Toaster.
Yeah.
What's the story behind the creation of Destabilize? Why did you choose?
I genuinely couldn't give you a precise answer. That was so long. I don't know if the song came first or the idea for Sweetie Bot came first. I think I just wanted to write a heavy thing, and I wrote a heavy instrumental. And I didn't know what to write the lyrics about. I had a friend help me, but he wouldn't have written about Sweetie Bot unless I told him to. So I think I did want to do Sweetie Bot. I don't even know if I couldn't even tell if I'd seen Witchcraft. I figure I must have seen it by then, but I swear I didn't. No, I had seen it, but it wasn't all out. It was still coming out when I did Destabilize. Oh man, I don't know. The story that I have in mind for it now with all like the 5 songs I've done, is like so nothing like Friendship is Witchcraft at all.
It's broader. It's way broader on the Sweetie Bot subject.
It is, and Like, people keep asking, like, oh, is there a fanfic I can read? It's like, no, it's all just in my head, and I don't have the, I don't know, time or acumen to fucking be a writer, so God knows if it'll ever appear.
It doesn't need to be a fan fiction. It's in the music, and that's enough, right?
Kinda. It's all very, like, when you're writing songs, there are many concessions you have to make it a good song. Like, a lot of the meaning I couldn't quite get through the way I want. A lot of the like, it's not clear. But then again, like, you don't want things to be super clear. Like, leaving things up to interpretation is always kind of nice. But I don't know. I feel like I don't think many people would really get the entire story of what I'm trying to write from the songs, and especially not in order. The order is a mess. And I don't even think I figured that out completely myself yet, because I never envisioned it to go this far. I never planned this far ahead, so this this is probably got to be like retcons in the lyrics.
Is there anything that you feel has come across in a way to your audience that you've noticed that was actually not the way that you wanted it to be interpreted?
Oh, sometimes I get comments. Sometimes like, "Oh, I can't believe this," and it's like, "That's not what I said, or or at least not what I intended." I can't think of a single example. There's been a few, but I don't remember.
That's fine. That's fine. I just figured, now would be a good time to clear the air if there was anything you could think about.
Yeah, some people have made the misinterpretation, I guess, that parts 4A and 4B are like B is continuing from A. It's like, no, they're different endings. 4A is one ending, 4B is a different ending. Like, you get to choose the good or bad ending, and they're both bad endings, really. But yeah, like, some people think they're like, oh, when's the next one? It's like, it ended, bro. I mean, I could write another one, but if I do, that makes one ending canon, which kind of defeats the purpose.
I mean, I guess you could add more to the middle of the timeline, but that's not really necessary, is it?
Yeah. No, if I was going to do that, I'd probably just write this fanfic. I don't know.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for that answer. I'm sure that people will be excited to know that.
No worries.
Looking back at the videos that you've uploaded, aside from the surprising amount of Celestia and Luna songs that you've created, Destabilize has a distinct horror seasoning to it. A distinct horror tone to it that not a lot of your other songs have, and that really vibes with me because, unlike Northy here, I happen to think that pony and horror goes together like chocolate and peanut butter. I mean, I just love it when I see a little bit of pastel gore here and there. Apparently, I'm in the minority in that regard. If the YouTubers that have made Bronies traumatize an entire generation videos are to be believed. So I'm genuinely curious. What are your thoughts on creepypastas like Cupcakes and Rainbow Factory? And, like, do you actually believe that we've traumatized an entire generation?
I hate those videos so much. I hate them.
They're a misrepresentation at best, I will say.
Absolutely. It's like, it's not our job to raise your fucking kids, dude.
Thank you.
We're a fandom making cool fandom content. It's like, if your kid stumbles across it, that's unfortunate, I guess. And I guess because it's brightly colorful, you could justify the reasoning that way, but at the same time, not our fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. It's hard because you can't expect parents to vet every single video on YouTube before they let their kids watch. So it's just gonna happen. People will see shit. It's like people see shit as they grow up, and I don't know. That's life, baby.
Yeah. The obvious statement that needs to be said is, if your kids have unrestricted access to the internet, it's gonna lead to them seeing things that you can't control.
Yeah. Like, that's just gonna happen. Yeah. I saw stuff I shouldn't have seen when I first had internet. We had freaking dial-up.
Yep. Same.
But to the part about pony and horror, or non-family friendly things. With the content that's like on YouTube and stuff, like all the gore and fanfics, I guess, as well. I don't really partake in it too much. I never actually read Cupcakes or Rainbow Factory. but I get it. Like the juxtaposition of, more adult themes versus the brightly colored kiddie-friendly ponies is something we just like. As something about people, we just like the juxtaposition of things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, with Destabilize, I don't know if I'd call. I know you're right. It definitely has a horror element to it. I just wanted to make an edgy thing where the pony has the gun and there's the blood and she kills people.
Unfathomably based. I love it already. Honestly, one of my favorite images in the entire community, or rather pieces of fan work, is that Sweetie Bot with 2 miniguns coming out of her body. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yo, I love it. When it was in Friendship is Witchcraft when they did that, where it was like
Yep.
something, if the world can't love me, I'll teach you to fear me, and she like busts out the 2 guns and the rockets and everything. And when I saw that, I was like, it's over. This is my life now. I love that so much.
oh my god. I need
So good.
tactical fillies in my life. Like, honestly.
Oh, have you seen NC Mayor's Nightmares thing? Very, very that. I love that stuff. It's great.
Yes, actually. I referenced his work in that massive Anon Philly commission I showed you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, a lot of. Don't even get me started on that thing.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah, look like a lot.
Yeah, well over 200 hours of work, and it's not even halfway done.
Ooh, yippee.
Yay! I'm gonna die.
Yeah, I feel that.
You still have my Cloud City to fall back on if you still want.
I appreciate you, Northy. Anyway, so yes, these YouTubers want to understand how we traumatize an entire generation so that that is not repeated. I want to know how we traumatize an entire generation so that I can do it again. We're not the same.
We are not the same.
I am making MLP Infection AU as we speak and sending it to your 10-year-old's school email address. Fucking idiot.
Or the cell phone you let them have.
These videos are not a, what would you call it? Not a criticism of bronies. They are merely instructions. How must we do it again?
Airdropping freaking cupcakes to an entire elementary school.
One of the pieces of pony content that I feel has the most overblown hysteria surrounding it is Smile HD.
Oh my god.
It's not pleasant, but it's not harmful.
Yeah. Like, it is a well-made piece of content.
Dude, Smile HD is fucking awesome. It's so show accurate. Like, it's fucking literal witchcraft.
I think that's why people don't like it, because the intro is... Well, no, people like... Well, the people who were never going to like it wouldn't like it, but because the way it starts, it's very show accurate. It looks very cutesy. It's got like the nice Fuzogs track, which is very, very, hyper poppy, nice, and then it so it gets you invested.
Yeah.
And then it rips all that away, and which is like, again, the juxtaposition is what makes it great for people like, I assume, us, or at least us two. I don't know if North, you like it so much.
Yes.
I'm more of, if I'm going to get my juxtaposition with ponies, I like the sad.
Hey, that's what I like as well. But yeah, like, I get what people like it. I also get what people don't like it. So, horses and courses or something. I don't know.
I mean, there's just something particularly special about Pinkie Pie specifically running up and just knocking Twilight's head off for no fucking reason.
Man, yeah. It does have like so much like 2010s energy.
Oh yeah.
So that era of just internet fuckery.
It has that Happy Tree Friends.
Yes,
twist
exactly. Happy Tree Friends.
Oh.
That's something I was thinking about before when I was mentioning the juxtaposition of like cutesy thing and bloody thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been a classic for generations.
I think that, as fun as that is, the pony fandom has clearly been much more of a beneficial force to the world, to charity, to entertainment than any sort of negatives that can be drawn up from it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Charity work and like the the friendships people have made and stuff. It definitely outweighs any like, oh, they're weird stuff that people say. It's like, well, yeah, we're weird, whatever.
I mean, the amount of families that have come together as a result of ponies existing is what, in the millions probably.
Well, do you mean like
Total.
literal families or like just families of people who are super close and stuff?
There, I know of a couple to a few thousand people who got married because of people they met in the fandom, you know?
Oh, okay. No, yeah, no, you're totally right. Yeah.
And it's literally been a thing that has made the lives of the hundreds, thousands, millions of people, and it's had an impact on a scale that is hard to really wrap your head around on more folks than you can conceive of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
In like 2022, you would think that the fandom would be running on fumes, but I've only been in here since then, and it's already completely changed my life in many wondrous positive ways. The not least of which is meeting Northy for the first time when he was belligerently arguing with the Starlight stand
Oh boy.
on the pony boards.
Oh brother. Oh man.
That said, I am definitely someone who is up for a good discussion or a debate, and that's what I do. I tend to argue passionately for my positions and try and keep the flame alive that way, and it's kind of important that we have discussions still, right?
Have you ever considered doing anything around fighting is magic or them's fighting herds?
Fighting is magic. Back in the day when it was still like an ongoing thing, I was super into like keeping up with it. Fighting herds, not so much.
Yeah,
I
likewise.
need the ponies, dude. I need them.
You need them to be them.
Yeah, like I do respect what they did with fighting herds, like keeping it alive, but I need horses.
Well, TFH is a dead game at this point, and it can't be recovered due to the fact that the entire dev team got fired by their publisher, and the last state of the game, and it cannot be updated anymore, is broken.
Oh, really? That actually sucks to hear. At least it came out, I guess.
The last two characters were added with infinite combos, and one of them will just crash the game, and this is the final state of the game.
There's got to be like fan mods that fix it, surely. Like Project Melee or whatever, PM. There must be.
Oh, there's plenty of revivals for Fighting as Magic, actually. There's Fighting as Magic Aurora. There's also
Hey.
the Tribute Editions. I still play Aurora sometimes. It's nice. It's good stuff.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll always appreciate them's fighting herds existence, if only for the fact that Lauren Faust herself designed the new characters for that game.
Yeah, based Faust.
I really respect her for that. Creators supporting the community and calling out the. I mean, let's be honest, the assault that Hasbro was
On the
unleashing
fan
upon.
game scene at the time, yeah.
Yeah, there were better ways to like. I get what they're doing, but there are better ways to handle it.
Yep, absolutely. On the subject of them's fighting herds and music, actually, the two creators who were the ones that were primarily the ones who made the music for Fighting is Magic were Rainbow Crash 88 and, of course, Whitetail Music, who was formerly known, if I'm not mistaken, as DJ Derpy Hooves. And DJ DH was the one who released the very original version of Twilight Sonata, which is the one that Rainbow Crash 88 adapted into the version of Twilight Sonata that was used for Fighting is Magic. And that has always been one of my favorite songs from the fandom. But the very original is very hard to find these days. And that's mostly because DJ DH deleted a lot of his stuff when turning into Whitetail Music, primarily because the Fighting His Magic version got way more popular than his original, and he didn't really get credit for it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that sucks. You don't. I hate to see that.
That is a fairly common phenomenon, isn't it? A lot of musicians that started out as pony musicians, like aviators, for example, have completely expunged their their portfolio of their pony music and like have moved, quote unquote, moved on from that. And I don't know, man. Something about that just rubs me the wrong way. Like they're ashamed of the things that they did.
I mean, that's gotta be it. Why else would you do that? I'm actually scrolling his channel now. I didn't know. Nah, no, Aviator still got his stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. So does, for reference, Living Tombstone.
Yeah, Tomb's always been cool about it. Like, oh man, yeah, I rushed to Aviator's channel when you said that because I was like, no way.
Yeah, no, Aviator's
no, not him.
You can still find some really, really crazy stuff from Aviators from way back in the day. Remember the My Little Dashie thing?
I never read My Little Dashie, so I never like clicked on any of the songs about it because I thought like I don't get it, and if I do, it'll spoil it for me. So I never.
Well, it's worth a read.
That.
Still,
Does it not hold up?
It has some, this was the person's first major project things where it feels like some sections could use slightly better word choice or detail work, right? But it still holds up, I would say. I think it still has the punch that it always had.
Okay. I'll give it a read sometime. I could put it on the list as well as Fallout Equestria. I still need to read that.
Oh,
Actually,
good luck with that.
Tying that back into music again, there was a fantastic piano cover of the Pony theme called "Dreaming with Ponies." You ever seen that one?
I don't think so.
Ah, well, it was very nice. And the guy who wrote the original My Little Dashie wrote a fan fiction called "Dreaming with Ponies," and it was inspired by that piece of music. And tying this back in, I wonder how many pieces of writing and concepts of Pony have actually emerged from what you've created in terms of just inspiring other people to create. That's got to be a huge amount, right?
If it's huge, I don't know. I know a couple things. I think someone wrote something about an old Wonderbolt song I did, and there's one other thing, but I forget what it even was. I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like much of that exists. Well, if it might, I just might not have had my attention brought to it. But yeah, if it does happen, then that's super cool. Like that anyone would do that because of my stuff is crazy. I know it has happened a couple times, but yeah, I don't know. It's not as much as you might imagine.
Well, I've been told before that the greatest joy of the inspired is always to, first, let that inspiration be seen, and second, let that inspiration inspire others.
That's yeah. If anyone has taken inspiration from me, that's huge. Oh man, it's always an honor when like what I do get more than excuse me, more than like fanfics or anything like that is like artwork. I see a lot of that. Someone sent a thing or tagged me in a thing yesterday on Twitter. It was like some human Twilight art they'd made based on my song Frailty. I was like, that's freaking sweet. I like that a lot.
That is cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, maybe very happy.
Fan art it's always been a great scene, and that is also, I suppose, definitely some things you have inspired fan art, obviously. So that's cool. That's cool. I imagine that your work has probably contributed to keeping Sweetie Bot's relevance in fan works alive in general. You know,
that would make me happy because I like Sweetie Bot.
Oh, it's the definitive version of the character. Like
definitive.
Straight up, flat out.
She's no longer a silly little robot. She is now Death Machine.
Yes. Yes.
She could be both. Well, sometimes.
Let's put Sweetie Bot and Wolfenstein. There we go.
Oh, goodness.
Awesome.
Actually, that sounds like it would be very doable. Just like the only thing you need to do is swap the face sprites, really.
God, there's so many great mods that you could do with Pony, and I wish that the modding scene was bigger than it is now. Which reminds me of my favorite little bit of trivia about the fandom. The very first mod for Skyrim wasn't a porn mod. It wasn't a shader. it was actually a pony mod.
Yep.
Yo.
The legend that is Skyrim. We planted our flag
Beat
on that
everyone.
untamed land and said, "This is for pastel haunts," and everyone hated us for it.
Well, let him cry.
Spite is magic.
You can never take the first clear away from anyone.
I think it was a Fluttershy dragon.
It was.
That
It
makes
was
sense.
indeed
They'll-
Fluttershy Dragon, I believe.
they'll, like,
Or
dragon
Fluttershy
shade thing.
Companion, one of the two.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point vanilla Skyrim is like lost media.
Oh boy.
It's getting there already. The anniversary edition is replacing it, remember?
Oh, brother. Yay.
Lost
Oh,
media
nice.
is a completely other thing. I mean, geez. Do you remember when Pony Buru, the original one, Poni Buru, died?
I do not. I didn't even have a Derpy account until like a few years back.
Well, Derpy Buru was the archive that absorbed a lot of the refugees from the original Pony Buru. The very original Pony Buru had so many images in it, it's ridiculous. There exists archives of it, but they're freaking impossible to download because they're like 1.2 terabytes.
Oof, yeah, that's a lot of
And
terabytes.
it's nice though knowing that the archives still exist for that thing at all, because they contained a lot of thread caps from the very early days, and a lot of images that you can't even find on the Burus these days.
A lot of things have been lost. Especially with people deleting their channels and crap. Blech.
Oh, and don't even get me started on the YouTube like thing that they did where they took all the unlisted videos and privated them.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yep, all those dead channels that just weren't active in time to not let that happen.
It kind of led to this subgrouping of the fandom.
True.
You have the Twitter fans over here doing all sorts of grotesque redesigns of the main characters. You had the Tumblr fans. You had the pony boards up here that really want to do something to Rainbow Dash. I don't know what, but
Classic.
yeah. So it really feels like you're not just a fan of the show, you're also a fan of a subsection of the fandom.
Yeah.
It's very striated.
It has become, yeah.
That said, the music space does seem to still be pretty wide open, and pretty much everyone seems to like the music space still, which is nice.
Yeah, by and large, yeah. It seems to have escaped that kind of I don't know what you'd call it. And labeling? I don't fucking know. Whatever.
In grouping.
This is music. We make music, and that is all.
Animation benefits from the exact same sort of distinction from the rest of fan works, in that it's so rare that everyone has a duty to like the same things, basically, because there's not enough for everyone to just say, oh, I like this one, but I hate this one.
Yeah. Womp. But it's fine. As long as there is Pony, I am happy.
As long as there is Pony, I am happy. That is the right mentality.
So long as 2 or 3 ship posts in Pony's name, the ride continues with them.
Yeah, that's the classic.
So, in the spirit of that philosophy, I have to ask you a very important and personal question, and you can decline to answer. It's one that shouldn't be asked out loud in front of people, but I have to do it.
I disavow this.
Prince,
Yes.
where were you when the jar was posted?
When it posted on the
Yes.
board? Oh god, I don't know. I didn't find out from that. I found out from like fucking some, because I was never.
You
like,
found
a
out
big
from the
active
jar
4chan user.
being everywhere.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much. It's been a thing I've said for the longest time that like it's just hilarious to me that that out of all the things from the fandom, that is our biggest contribution to like just pop culture zeitgeist is the jar. It's like you just any like any on person who's online enough to not be like an internet user, just like mention jar and they know instantly what you're talking about. It's like nice.
I have seen keychains of the jar on Etsy with a moving rainbow dash inside and everything.
I used to have a jar sticker on the back of my phone. It's fallen off, but I used to have a jar sticker on the back of my phone. One of my friends who came down here, my partner, she is a tattoo artist. He had her tattoo Rainbow Dash in a jar on his leg. It's just such a huge
fucking based. That's awesome.
Even people who are just far afield from the community just reference the jar all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, like there's a popular YouTuber I watch, and he streams a lot. And one of the things on his stream, he just has a little plushie of his like his himself, a little plushie of him in a jar.
Oh my god!
Of fucking course.
Of course he does.
And chat, so it's like, where's the jar? It's like the jar's over there. Don't touch the jar. Oh man, it's crazy to me. I'm sure some of these people don't even know the significance, true significance,
where it comes from. Yeah.
Yeah. This jar has become such a ubiquitous meme. It's amazing.
My favorite use of the meme outside of the pony context was that time that Vinny, a la Vine Sauce, while he was playing Elden Ring, proposed a roguelike video game where you try to escape a jar as things just fall in from the top.
Things, huh?
Yeah, he said non-specified fluids and objects.
Nice. Oh,
it was. I was just sitting there going, do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you're referencing? I don't even know if you know.
If you know, you know. Those who know, those who don't know.
No wonder Fausticorn left us.
That was the day that God left us, it's true.
You have a grand total of, let's see, two G5 songs.
Is that how many I have? Just two? Huh.
Friends in Maritime and... oh, no, wait, it's just one. The other one is an Automatic.
Yeah, Friends in Maritime is one. No, there's one. I swear there's one more. Elemental, kind of. It leads into G5 at the end, but it's not really a G5 song. Oh, Know Your Enemy. It's a parody, but yeah, I guess.
No.
Apart from that, I've scrolled back too far. G5 wasn't a thing yet. So yeah, I have one Pony Life song. Look at that.
One single Pony. Wow, that's a...
I think it's clear to everyone that G4 was the big winner here.
Oh yeah, like definitely.
At this point in time, I think we can comfortably say that G5 has failed to capture anywhere near the same level of audience.
Yeah, I need to watch the two. I watched some of the 2D stuff. The first part, like because I was watching it when it was originally coming out. Tell Your Tale. I think that's the 2D one.
Yeah, that's the one. It's Make Your Mark. That's the 3D one, I think.
Yeah, I'm sad that ended because at the end it actually started getting pretty good. Nope. And then they were like, we're done with this. And the 2D one, I don't know. The first things I watched, the pacing was crazy. It's like things just happening constantly, and it was so fast. And it's like,
Is it faster than Pony Life?
Yeah, I didn't hate Pony Life. I never finished it, but
I was asking if this one was faster than Pony Life, because Pony Life's pacing is pretty fast.
Yeah, but like that, it was, but it didn't bother me as much as Tell Your Tale did.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm a terrible person. Pony Life is like if you gave an autistic child Adderall and a sugar stick.
Oh, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely crazy, but it was a nice place for them to explore certain concepts in a way that didn't have to screw with the canon of their world, which is neat.
Yeah, I just enjoyed them being just like kind of goofy. Just
the fact that they put Twilight back in the tree was nice.
Give her back her fucking tree. Back to Fort Kick-Ass.
But Northy, we need to sell Jolly Rancher Castle.
Jolly Rancher Castle.
Yes.
The big middle fingers, DWK said.
with the Dora map, so that you know,
The Dora map.
yeah, so that the characters
Never
can,
heard it actually called that.
so that they can find out where they need to go instead of having the fucking agency.
The map.
The map.
Yeah.
The map was a very fumbled. Like every MacGuffin they tried to introduce after season 3 kind of fell flat. They had to just rely on the strength of their characters after that.
4 the one with like the box with the locks.
Yes.
Okay, that was okay. I thought that was fine. I liked how all the items were.
It was
like,
okay, but then the
significant.
payoff was kind of.
Yeah, I don't feel like the items were like necessary. They weren't like essential to the whole thing. They could have done something else with that. Whatever.
Also, the rainbow power designs were very controversial, to say the least. Not a lot of people really liked them.
I thought they were fine. I'm just mad they never showed up again. Like whether I like them or not, I'd like to see them more than just one time ever.
I think that they knew, though.
Maybe.
I mean, I actually really like the rainbow forms. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I just wish that they were more important to actually defeating T-Rex. Because when I think of the season 4 finale, I think of Twilight squaring up and throwing hooves with literally Satan.
Yep.
And not this like Sugar Rush Kingdom Hearts Super Saiyan transformation. Like I want to see Twilight slam demons through a mountain. And you know what? I think that little girls want to see that too.
I'm sure.
I think Faust would agree that little girls want to see demons slammed through mountains by horses.
Yes. Where did this thought process come from that girls don't want like action in their shows? Like solving friendship problems and slamming demons through mountains aren't mutually exclusive. This is bull.
Yeah.
I will.
I like season 4.
I
like
will-
season 4 quite a lot.
I will spare you my experience of the season 4 finale. I will sum it up in one sentence. I was sick, and I got up and I paced back and forth for 2 hours fuming.
All right.
Until I get more ponies just kicking the shit out of each other and punching each other's heads off, I will tackle exactly one 6-year-old girl for the last Twilight Sparkle in the toy aisle
Oh God.
every Black Friday. Mark my words.
Freaking. Oh man, if they still sell Twilight Sparkle. Oh,
They do.
geez.
Actually, I have a friend who recently had a job at Toys R Us where he got to watch all the toy sales. Guess what? Guess what was consistently sold out still?
Gen 4 stuff.
All the G4 stuff. All the time. Completely gone.
Lamau. As much as I don't hate G5, I do feel like Hasbro fumbled the bag on that pretty hard.
What I will say is Pinkie Pie is apparently consistently still the most popular pony in merch.
God damn it. Why? Why? Stupid fucking pink horse.
Well, I think it's pretty clear, really. Kids like gore.
Yep. What? Sound logic to me.
Sound logic
No
indeed.
argument. No argument. No
Yes.
notes.
I ain't gonna complain.
It sucks that the knife is sold separately.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't it weird to think that the original toy line of ponies was built around constructing clothes for them? Like, when you think about it, they were primarily designed for children to dress up, and for young girls especially, to, sew their own little things for them. That way they could have their own customized pony, right? It's an art form that isn't as popular these days, obviously, but miniature dressmaking was definitely the idea behind the early ponies.
And now we Just make custom plushies instead. Yippee.
Yes. I have 2 life sizes already.
Damn.
Absolutely.
I ain't got the space for any life-size ones.
I don't have
Where
the
are
money for any life-size ones.
they?
Both of you are cowards.
Hey, I live in a small place, okay? I don't know where I'd put it. Ugh. Just kick my fiance out of the bed. The horse gets the bed. Sorry, babe.
With that said, I have accumulated
Oh no.
a reasonable
Wait.
amount of Twilights over time.
Wait, I think no. Even bigger power move. The life-size plushie is of her OC. You've been replaced.
I can safely say that if I could get a life-size plushie of my pony, I absolutely would.
I don't know if I would. I don't know where I put it. And like, we have so many like plush toys. They just generate dust. They generate dust constantly, and it bugs me because I have like really bad dust allergies.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a legitimate concern, for sure.
You're right, Rudy.
No, I'm not. The fucking visual of you after a long day's work just coming to the bedroom, actually throwing your fiance out of the bed and just putting her OC in her place is just so fucking funny.
Oh man, mares only.
Oh, bless you, Prince. Bless you,
Bless you.
Flank.
Indeed. That mental image was probably worth, let's see, 7 years of Rudy's lifespan.
Fuck, yes, that reminds me. I've been dying to figure this out. Is your avatar a stallion or a mare?
He's technically a stallion, but I think the stallion face is too blocky, so I give him a mare face.
Oh.
Yeah,
Don't say it.
Manlet, got it.
pretty much.
Yeah.
See, I was going to go with the term femboy.
That works too. He's just a goofy little guy.
Does he got that Griffin grip Pona?
The Griffin. Griffin. I've never heard that before. Holy crap. Oh man, boom. Age gated the video, and there we go.
Congratulations. Children were never actually allowed here.
This just breaking news. MOP announces a cross promotion with donuts.
No!
Oh, that'd be so funny. That'd be so funny. That would be a very what is it? People who get it kind of moment. Oh jeez.
Can you see why my name is
Can you
Heretical
imagine?
Harmony?
Can you just imagine for a second oblivious parents buying those for their kids?
Oh no.
Man, I don't think they could. I think all us, the bronies, would just have them out of stock constantly. We'd be buying them for the
Fair
men.
enough.
Oh.
Hey, we're protecting the kids now.
We are, dude. Aren't we so good? Look at us go.
You
Look how
see?
good we are.
Manufacture the problem, offer the solution. Business.
Oh man, that'd be a top seller at charity auctions and stuff. People buy that crap.
I imagine you could get away with like making a batch of those, like hand making a batch of those for a con. That would be interesting.
What the fuck is this conversation?
I don't know, man. You're the one who brought up Griffin Grip.
So Jover, dude.
Oh boy. Okay. It's time to snap back to reality. Okay.
At least bring it down a little bit.
So, how long have you been performing at cons?
My first performance at a con was BronyCon 2013. I was just featuring with DB Pony. First time I got my own set was Buck 2014, and I think all the way up until about 2017 or 18, my live sets were god awful. Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh jeez, thinking about it. even 2013 was more than 10 years ago, and I was in bands before that even. Oh man, I'm old, dude.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Yeah,
Do you remember the
yeah, dude.
Cloudsdale Network?
I think so. What
Yeah.
was that?
That was a
Like a radio
social
show?
media site designed by pony fans for pony fans.
Oh, the one I remember was, oh god, Pony Square. There was
Oh,
two. There was Pony Square. And there was another one that was
yeah.
like the same
There
thing
were
but a
like
different name.
3 of those. Yeah. I remember there was one that had a self-help auxiliary site that they folded into their main site eventually. Back in the day, I used to go to that self-help uh, subsection of the site and just answer everyone's questions I could as best I could.
Damn,
Just try and spread some good in the community.
nice. Oh, yep, there it is, Pony Square. Oh, and it was Brony Square. I can't remember if I'm correct, but I believe Pony Square was like you meant to RP as a pony the whole time, and Brony Square was just like normal
I'm
Brony
thinking I might have been
thing.
misremembering the name because was the Cloudsdale Network actually social media? Let me double check. Oh no, I was right. Yeah, Cloudsdale's chat-centric social network designed primarily for fans. Yep, I was right.
Where does Ponytown fit in all of that?
Oh wow.
Oh, that's like a relatively new thing.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
is it?
Although
Yeah,
they have hosted several really major pony events, including live music,
yeah.
which has been
Ponytown does like a lot of that, which is really cool.
yeah.
It's like
It's like
one,
having a virtual con every once in a while. Pretty neat.
yeah. It's one of the few positives that came from the COVID times. It's like Ponytown really blew up.
Yep. They also fixed a lot of the problems with it because of that. Clipping issues, visual bugs, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
They
Got
fixed a
you.
lot of the bugs, they improved their frame work, and they generally just added more things to the game because it started getting more popular.
Nice.
They
I'm
also
glad.
squashed a competitor who was basically ripping their code.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Damn.
at least I think I remember that. Jeez, it's been a while since I have done Ponytown related things. I should get back to that.
I've never been super into it. I'm too busy doing music stuff constantly, all the
Yeah,
time.
to be honest, the only reason I'd used Ponytown was so that I could talk to certain people who wanted to do so with Pony.
I mean, that's fair. Pretty cool.
Tell me, it's okay. It's been 3 years and 14 days. Dun, dun, dun,
It's the
dun,
funny
dun,
song.
dun, dun, dun. How did you come up with that? Like,
What do you mean? Which part?
Party's Over, just the song?
Is another case of the instrumental being written, and I might have a demo somewhere about what I was originally trying to write about. I don't think I really had a concrete idea, and then I was in a phase of like being into like super pastel, weird, like abstract pastel gore stuff. Like, because it was a thing I used to be really into when I was in like college and high school.
Oh, that
And
fits with
I
the
was
scene,
like,
kid.
yep. And so I was like, that would actually fit the song really, really well. And it had to be about Pinky. And I just had like a little thought experiment, like, okay, what would like a crazy Pinky, like what, if Pinky was like some weird, real world narcissist party girl, what would it look like? And that's basically what I wrote the song about.
That is a hell of a concept.
Yeah.
It worked out wonderfully. It has, it is very reminiscent of Bullet by Hollywood Undead. I love
I was.
Yeah, I
that
see the
type of vibe.
resemblance.
It's like happy song, very, very not happy lyrics.
Yes. It suits Pinky's depressive episode very much.
Yeah.
Hey, while we're talking about this, are there any smaller musicians you'd like to necessarily give a shout out to while you're here?
Oh, jeez. I actually don't. I'm a sinner. I don't really listen to other pony music
That's
much
fair too.
at all. But I do
I
know,
mean,
like the three guys.
probably for the best that you want to focus on your own work and not really ape anyone else's, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some people do not cool things in that regard, but there's a few guys I know who I work with. Like a couple of them I perform with like all the time, and there's others that I like work with a lot of time. It's Melody Brony, he's great. Black and Blue and Biscuit.
Yeah.
They're all super good. If you like super heavy stuff, Biscuit's great. If you like Linkin Park and Breaking Benjamins, Blacken's great. And if you like my stuff, then Melody is quite similar.
I have listened to Melody.
Yeah, I love Mel. He's a sweetheart. Oh, well, yeah, those guys are all super good.
That's nice. That's really great to hear.
You're going on tour soon, right?
Oh, it's not really like all the things I have. They're not really tours because I don't know. It depends how people define it. Tour is like you're on the road constantly, which I never am. I go one con, then I come home, then I go to the next con, then I come home. I've done 2 so far this year, and I've got Babs coming up, so that'll be number 3, and we're in March, so I'm on track to have maybe 12 this year, which is gonna be rough. But we'll see if all the cons want me and I can make it out. Yeah, I don't know. I just call it a tour because tour shirts are cool. I think they're super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a tour circuit. It's the very definition of a tour circuit. You're going to various places to play various venues.
Yeah, I suppose.
Gotta scoop up those Pegasus sister groupies. Yes, sir.
No, those are for the others. I am very much spoken for, but everyone else, they can have a wonderful time.
Oh, yes, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
You're fine.
I keep forgetting you're engaged. Okay. Well,
Pegasus Sister. I haven't actually heard that one in a while.
it's been a while.
Yeah, it was never that popular.
What's funny is that the misconception still always existed that brony was not a unisex term when it was clearly supposed to be.
Yeah. I think a large part of it comes from the idea that it's the novelty is that we are dudes that like it. So
yeah, that's fair.
And then there wasn't really a female term that was as, I don't know, what would you call it, aesthetically pleasing? Because Pegasus is a lot of syllables and doesn't roll off the tongue like brony does.
Also, it kind of precludes the idea of unicorns and earth ponies.
Yeah. I mean, for obvious reasons, the spotlight was pointed towards the grown men side of the fandom, to the point where Fox News had to clarify that ponies are indeed better than terrorism.
Yeah, that was a thing. Red Eye segment back in 2011.
I remember. Thanks, Fox. Appreciate you.
There are worse hobbies for a young lad to have. Terrorism.
Terrorism.
Oh, man.
You heard it here first, folks. Ponies are better than terrorists.
One step above terrorism.
And do you remember all those ancient articles about how the horses were too sexy?
I don't actually.
Yeah, there were a ton of those. Where are the horses too sexy for children?
That's crazy. That's insane. Oh man. I want to see that on a presidential debate. If I'm elected, I'll make the horses less sexy.
Well, I wanted to distract my daughter with this cute little pastel pony show, and next weekend my son's fucking my horse, and I just don't know what's going on.
What do I do?
What do I do?
Oh man.
Puberty's hitting him like a horseshoe.
The gay.
He got the gay.
He got the gay. The Hasbro horse brand gay.
Bobby, you're acting like one of them. They're Canadians. It's not right.
Canadians.
Hasbro horse brand and gay.
I bet they would. I'm probably spiking the shit out of my... Yeah, I'm spiking the shit out of my audio. I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay, so... Prince, is there anything else that that you'd like to talk about or bring up?
Oh, I got no idea. No, not off the top of my head. No, I have nothing on my mind. Brain empty.
Oh, head empty, energy low. I understand. I understand. Is there anything you'd like to shout out or plug or bring attention to?
Bye Birch. No,
Yes.
no, not really.
Well, obviously we should probably bring this back around to the subject of the video that we're actually going to be talking over. The piece in question. Yeah, have you seen the finished product yet?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
I think it's great. Very, like you said, very, very detail oriented. Love it. Super good. Really impressed with it.
Detail oriented is definitely the correct term for it. It is monumental in terms of its sheer detail per square inch.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Clearly a lot of work.
Fun fact about it, my life-size Trixie is specifically a goth Trixie that I designed myself, and she actually glows in the dark too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And that is the version of Trixie I used for the Black Parade. So
I have seen that
Perfect.
horse. It is very impressive.
Makes complete sense. Hell yeah,
Yes.
10 out of 10. Love it.
and of course, I do feel obligated to give credit where credit is due. Northy did help me out with the patterns on the hooves and on the skull.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
And the skull, yeah.
Yeah, super
I've just sort of helped with some auxiliary work. I tend to do that when Rooney needs some assistance.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
I am an
Yeah,
artist
love it.
myself, but I'm not the primary artist of the piece by any stretch of the imagination.
Gotcha. Yeah, looks awesome. I'm excited to put it in the video.
I'm
Wanna get around to
excited to watch the video.
I'm excited
wanna
to watch the video too.
Yes.
It'll
You
be-
get
it'll
20
be
some or go sorry.
sweet.
Sorry, go on.
I was just saying it'll be sweet.
Oh yeah. You're getting like 20 something artists for it, right?
Hopefully I did actually, because I didn't number them until the other day. I did that yesterday. Oh, it's looking at about 30, but we'll see. One's dropped out already. Probably some others will. So I'm optimistic
Shotgun.
for 25. I mean, if you want it, if you want in,
Awesome.
send me like a portfolio. Take a look. I'm down.
Maybe sometime. Although, again, this is probably not the right project for me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Fair. Gotcha. Yeah,
Oh.
hopefully 25. That'll be pretty cool.
I hope that it is everything you want it to be, man. Because I'm sure you put a lot of effort into making this as good as you can for your audience. And I really hope that you have no trouble with any of the artists and that everything goes along smoothly.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I hope so too. So far, so good. So we'll see.
Well, alrighty. I will make sure to post all of your socials down in the description below. And of course, if you would like to see more of me and the things that I do, you can follow me on Twitter, here on YouTube. I also have a Twitch account, apparently. And I also have a Patreon and a Subscribe Star and a Ko-Fi and a Cash App and any other way you want to give me your money. Please give me your money. And Northy, do you have anything that you want to plug?
Oh, no. Nah, I could plug my Twitter, but I'd rather not. You can you can take this as a freebie, Rudy.
Oh. Yes, thank you, a freebie. I mean, honestly, Prince, thank you so much for coming on. I did not think that you were going to accept my offer.
No worries. I like to talk about horses. My favorite thing.
Yes. Yes,
But yeah,
absolutely.
thank you guys. Thank you guys
If
so
you
much
ever
for
want to
having me. It's
talk
been
about
super fun.
horses, you know where to find me.
Hey, perfect. Well, yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome.
And thank you for being here again, from me. Because this has been a very nice conversation, and it's always nice to meet someone new. especially in this old space, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
Alrighty.
I
Well,
think that's probably a wrap.
yeah. Thank you all so very much for listening, and have yourselves a damn good one. Scream if you're out there.
Best I got.